Have you ever had that feeling? You know the one where your mind just will not shut off. It's like there's a motor constantly running in the background. Well, if that sounds familiar, you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into an explainer on a very specific psychological mindset that might just feel like we're talking about you.
Wow, does this hit home or what? You have a simple conversation and then hours later, maybe even days later, you're still replaying it. You're analyzing every single word, every facial expression, every little pause. The source material for today's explainer just nails this feeling, that deep mental exhaustion that comes from a brain that refuses to clock out. And let me tell you, it's not just you. This is a very, very real experience.
You've probably heard it a million times, right? People say, "Oh, you're so quick," or "You think of everything." And they mean it as a compliment, of course. But you might be sitting there thinking, "Yeah, I wish I could just turn it off, just for 5 minutes." So we're going to explore that exact paradox, how something that looks like a gift from the outside can feel like such a heavy burden on the inside.
Okay, so let's actually put a name to this thing. The source material we're looking at calls it continuous processing. And this isn't just about, thinking a lot. No, this is about a fundamental difference in how your brain is wired to work. It's like you're running a powerful engine that never, ever idles.
So here's the core of it. This isn't just happening when you're trying to focus on a task. It's happening when you're trying to relax, when you're trying to watch a movie, or, and this is the big one, when you're trying to fall asleep. Your brain is always there in the background, just churning through data, connecting ideas that seem totally unrelated, and analyzing stuff that happened years ago. It is constantly working overtime.
Now here's a really interesting way to think about it, an analogy from the source material. Think about an AI. It processes information in these short, intense, focused bursts. You give it a command, it executes the command, and then it stops. It waits for the next one. Your brain, on the other hand, is a continuous processor. It doesn't wait for a command. It is always on, always learning, always analyzing 24/7.
And this brings us to a really crucial turning point in this whole explainer. Because this constant mental activity gets misunderstood a lot. It often gets slapped with a label that doesn't really fit. So let's take a minute to re-examine what's actually going on inside your head.
This is the question, isn't it? The one you've probably been asked, or maybe have even asked yourself 1,000 times. Is all this overthinking, is it just a symptom of anxiety? Well, the source we're looking at today suggests a really powerful alternative.
And there it is. This is the reframe. This isn't a disorder. It's a dimension. It's called cognitive depth. It's the ability to process information on so many different levels, to see the nuances that other people just walk right past, and to make these incredible connections that aren't obvious at all. So what you've been calling overthinking is actually deep thinking.
Okay, so if this isn't a flaw, if it's a feature, how in the world do you actually use it? Let's get practical and explore how to turn this from a burden that wears you out into a genuine advantage you can leverage every single day. This is your superpower. Seriously. While everyone else is just seeing the surface of things, your mind is automatically mapping out all the underlying systems, the hidden motivations, the future possibilities. This continuous processing engine you have is designed for one thing: discovery.
But let's be real, how do you manage the sheer volume of all that thought? It can be overwhelming. The source offers a surprisingly simple, almost ridiculously simple technique. You open an AI tool, could be any note-taking app, an AI assistant, whatever, not for answers, but just as a place to put things. And then you just dump it all. Everything that's swirling around in your head, get it onto the page. No filter, no structure, just a pure brain dump.
And here is the crucial point. The AI isn't doing the work for you, it's just clearing the workbench. See, by getting all that raw data out of your head and onto a screen, you free up your mind to do what it does best. You're externalizing all the processing so that you can focus on the real insight. And that, right there, is the ultimate takeaway. An AI can process data, sure. It can crunch numbers faster than any human. But you can see the story inside the data. Your gift isn't just the speed of your mental engine. It's that unique human ability to look at a mess of thoughts and find the meaning, the pattern, the signal in all that noise.
So if any of this resonated with you today, you are definitely going to want to stay tuned. The source material teases that in our next explainer, we're going to decode why what some people might call your antisocial behavior could actually be a sign of your incredibly high cognitive standards.
So, as we wrap this up, I'm going to leave you with this question. Now that you have this new frame, seeing your mind not as anxious, but as deep, not as a curse, but as a pattern-finding machine, what unique connections is it showing you right now?
What is your mind built to see that maybe everyone else is missing?